Question 1.4. No large lipid droplets are visible with the optical microscope in the samples from suspension A. Explain why. So if we look back and see what suspension A contained, it contained lipid and bile salts. Suspension B contained lipid, bile salts and pectin, and the scientist found that pectin had stopped the action of the bile salts. He did not add lipase to either suspension. But in suspension A, we can't see any of those lipid droplets. But the bile salts have been added to the lipid droplets, and the bile salts will allow the process of emulsification to happen to the lipid. Emulsification happens to the lipid when the bile salts that are produced by the liver combine with the fat globule, and they will increase the surface area of that fat globule, so the fat droplets can be coated with the bile salts, and then the lipase would have a larger surface area to act on. Note in this experiment there was no lipase added, so we're just talking about the process of emulsification. So the mark scheme is looking for a reference to emulsification happening, and then the idea that they cannot be seen due to the resolution of the optical microscope being much lower than an electron microscope. They're ignoring any reference to magnification, so if you have included magnification, it won't lose you the mark, but you do need to make a reference that it's all to do with the resolution of the microscope. The resolution is the ability to be able to distinguish between 2 points, so they will also accept that the idea for resolution is to do with the wavelength of light. If you look back at your cells pack where you studied microscopes, you can see that the optical microscopes, because they use light in order to illuminate the specimen, the light has a relatively long wavelength, and so the resolution is low.